Alright, so today's video, today's homework, doing band distraction. If you don't have a band, I guess you can not do this, but you're missing out if you don't have one. Buy a band, link will be in the description. The reason why is because the band is the only way you can essentially do some self-physical therapy to yourself. One of the things that when I had a physical therapy session with Kelly Stretcb is what he did was to mobilize the joint. He would press down my femur bone into my hip while I was lying on the therapy desk while he was using not a band, but that's actually kind of like a strap to kind of help pull the femur outside. And essentially what I'm doing, essentially what K-Star teaches in Supple Leopard and all his videos on Mobility WOD, is learning how to distract your own joint so that you can get better movement. So we're going to do some joint distraction. I'm going to take the band and we're going to open up the hip. We're going to spend 2 minutes in each direction doing the hip flexor stretch and doing a hip flexor stretch and doing a hamstring stretch. So one thing to consider is that what we're trying to do is we're trying to improve the relationship of the femur bone inside the socket, typically get it to sink back more in, getting that movement, the slide and glide better. Typically that's usually for foam rolling, but the idea is that we're trying to improve our ability to get down to the bottom of a squat. Now you can see I've been doing some mobility, as you can tell. If you can't really tell, I'm essentially shooting all these videos all on the same day. I'm just editing them like a little bit each day because I can't do everything all at once. Is that I'm gonna squat down. You can kind of see how I can get down here pretty good, but I would like to get lower. I would like it to feel a little bit easier, and to do that I'm going to do some mobility with the band. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to distract the joint, doing 2 minutes in each direction, like so, getting inside the hamstring, or getting inside here to pull the femur bone back. Hopefully my rack doesn't, make sure this thing, okay, hopefully I don't have a blooper here on my video here. Let me lean forward. The leg that I'm stretching is a leg that's forward, and I'm going to go back and forth and just stretch that hamstring while trying my best to keep my back in neutral. Trying to let the lower back round. And just trying to open up that hip, stretch that hamstring. Just improve that hamstring ability. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn around, face the opposite direction. Get this right underneath your butt cheek. I just have like this little soft pad here. And you're going to lunge back like so. That way you can have this band here pull you forward and open up that hip flexor. And you kind of see in this video or this anatomy section, you can see how the hip is moving forward, or how the hip is, that quad is stretching, those iliopsoas. I'll just highlight the muscles, you can kind of see them. And that's what we're trying to improve. We're trying to improve that stretch, trying to improve the relationship of those muscles. You can squeeze your glute tight here, and then kind of lean back a little bit, maybe bend the front leg forward more. Spend 2 minutes on each side and then retest the muscle so that way you can see if you can squat lower with less of a problem.